Hello and welcome back to Stow Great War Aerodrome. I'm Doug Shorter, I'm the Assistant Curator, and today we'll be continuing my little story of the various methods used by the RFC and RNAS in order to bring down Zeppelin airships. From 1915, as we saw previously, the method they tried to use was the aerial bomb, literally dropping a handheld bomb off the side of an aeroplane onto the Zeppelin. Well, that wasn't successful, and the War Office and the Admiralty were looking at better ways of using machine guns. So along came the Lewis gun was fitted, but they're only fitted or used the standard ball ammunition. This was just a lead core in a slightly hard external covering, which really did no damage at all to the Zeppelins. So the War Office put out a request for someone to come up with a method of producing an explosive or incendiary bullet. Now, a Mr. John Pomeroy, a New Zealander, a prolific inventor, came to Britain in 1914 to demonstrate an explosive bullet, but he was initially turned down. Come 1915, after the first Zeppelin raid, he came back and he was definitely welcomed in with a great interest in his rounds. Now, his bullet, and we can see one here, the Pomeroy Mark I, used the standard cartridge, and the head was very similar to the standard ball. But unlike that, this thing had a cupro nickel case, and in that was a lead core leading to a copper warhead which had been inserted into the top. And in that was a warhead which protruded slightly and consisted of an explosive dough with a mixture of 73% dynamite and 27% of Kesselkuhl. Now, it is reported, I'm not too sure on this, but that Mrs. Pomeroy actually filled the first 5,000 bullets herself by hand in the kitchen. Now, the theory for this bullet is that as the bullet is fired, it accelerates, the dynamite separates from the Kesselkuhl, which is the stabilizing material, and it leaves a film of nitroglycerine in the head of the bullet, so when it strikes, it immediately explodes. Now, this, as I say, was a nitroglycerine-based product. The second bullet we'll look at, the RTS, is another explosive bullet, really, rather than incendiary, and this was designed by Sir Richard Trelfall. Now, this one was an explosive bullet, but with incendiary material inside. Now, this was approved in late 1917 and was classed as an indicating round, probably to avoid accusations by the Germans of us using banned explosive bullets. Once again, we have the standard cartridge and the open-nosed copper tube, or open-nosed envelope with a copper tube known as a trumpet, which was filled, once again, with an explosive warhead. Now, this one was actually sealed at the back with a lead plug and soldered in place. Right, the warhead, once again, contained a nitroglycerine mix with sawdust, and the main incendiary medium was white phosphorus. In 1918, Threlfall, in conjunction with Colonel Todd Hunter from the Woolwich Arsenal, developed the RTT, the second one they came up with. This was a much better one, but was not formally adopted, but was actually tested in combat against Gotha bombers. And after the war, was developed much further into the Mark III incendiary round. Now, the RTT, in common with all the specialist bullets. Once again had a Cupro nickel envelope with an open nose, as you can see there, into which nitroglycerin filled copper warhead was inserted in the same manner as the RTS. But below this was another copper container with a mix of Kessel glue and dynamite and lead azide. Not quite sure what lead azide is, but it's something that I know burns quite rapidly. Now the main charge was in the rear of the envelope, 7 grains of PI-20, above 25 grains of white phosphorus. And this is really what caused all the damage. Now, for use or usage, after inconclusive comparative tests, the standard practice was for Lewis gun magazines to be loaded with a mixture of Pomeroy, Brock and incendiary Buckingham bullets. This was found to be the most efficient method of attacking the Zeppelins, as the explosive bullets would rip open the gas bag and the Buckingham incendiary could set light to the escaping hydrogen. Okay, thank you for listening for this one. And once again, as soon as we are open, which we are hoping to be quite soon, all details for our open times and every aspect we are taking during the COVID-19 issues can be found on www.stowmaries.org.uk. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.